So, we begin with no plan, no sketch, just mystery word prompts, black and white collage paper, and 60 minutes to create a story and artwork we've never imagined before. My artist friend Katherine joins me for the challenge and to discover whatever story the words decide to tell. Part 1. Finding my art story. Every picture tells a story. It might be a story about an ancient Mayan portal with connections to the heavens and earth, or a story about grounding ourselves and getting back to our roots. Or perhaps an art story waiting to be born. So, what will my art story be about today? Okay, jumping right in with our mystery word prompts. Let's see what we've got today. Okay, our person is Zara, our location is a rooftop, our object is an umbrella, and our color is turquoise. So today I'm creating a background for my artwork using a batch of black and white collage papers. Many of these are copies of my own photographs. Some are photos of my artwork printed in black and white. Also a few photocopies from old books, but I really enjoy using photos of my own artwork, or even just little sections of it and turning them into black and white images for collage. So I'm starting the clock at 60 minutes, and then I'll lay down my collage papers with my Liquitex matte medium gel, a spray bottle, and a large brush. So to begin, I'll start tearing up some of these collage papers. This is a piece of an image from an old piece of my artwork that I took and then printed it with black ink. So I'm trying to come up with some kind of composition here, trimming this one down. It looks a little bit heavy for either it's an island in the back there or a mountain, I guess, or a hillside. Anyway, I'm still trying to think of my story. When I first heard these word prompts with the umbrella and up on the roof, I started thinking about Mary Poppins and chimney sweeps and hearing that chimney, chim chim chiroo song in my head. Anyway, I'm not going there. But I'm definitely on a rooftop looking out towards some kind of a scene in the distance, and I've decided that my rooftop is actually a rooftop cafe. And the woman who owns this cafe's name is Zara. So let's see, I took some photographs of some succulents around my yard, and I'm thinking those might be the tops of trees. Yeah, we'll see. These strips I'm laying down here are the edges of a Persian carpet, a print of a Persian carpet. The railings, because, you know, safety first. We're in a rooftop cafe here, so we need some railing. And here's a table and an umbrella for my rooftop cafe. Not exactly sure where this place is yet, but it's somewhere in the world. So what's next? Let's see, a little trim for the tablecloth there. Okay, so I'm using a watercolor pencil to add a little umbrella stand. And these watercolor pencils you can activate them with the matte medium and they will turn into a paint. I use this technique a lot. Adding some kind of Oz here. I'm getting it very straight. It's about time I stop the clock and let this piece dry and before I move on to the next step. 43 minutes left on the clock. My collage is dry, so I'm applying a glaze made from paint, water, and matte medium. Quick tip on inkjet printing for collage: the color inks in inkjet printers are dye-based and will run if you add any water-based pigment to them. and they will also fade over time. But the black ink is often pigment-based, which is in the case with my HP printer, which is great for collage because the black pigment-based ink is permanent and archival. But if you want to try this method for your collage, you'll want to check your printer's specs to be sure. So here I've applied the turquoise glaze, but decided to leave the foreground without for the moment. After adding the turquoise glaze, my artwork took on a whole new atmosphere, when suddenly my landscape had transformed into the deep blue Mediterranean Sea, which brought me right back to Greece, a place that was featured in my previous episode. I should mention that I'm joined again by my artist friend Katherine, who is creating her own artwork separately from mine so we don't influence each other. At the end, I'll be revealing Katherine's art story alongside mine because it's always interesting to see how differently our work turns out, even when we're starting with the same word prompts and color palette. Since I spent 5 minutes on the glaze, I've subtracted that time and now have 38 minutes left on the clock. I wanted to share a quick tip on highlighting with a watercolor pencil. I'm using it here to highlight the mountaintops where the sun hits, and also I will add some highlights to these shapes in the foreground, which I thought were trees, but now I think they might be rocks. Since watercolor pencils are pigment-based, when you activate them with gel medium, they transform into paint. This creates a transparent glaze, a quick and easy way to add highlights to your artwork. This is a technique I use a lot. So moving on to the sky, I'm using a finger sponge here to apply some transparent mixing white paint to create some clouds. Now I'm grabbing my gel medium again and using it to activate the white colored pencil that I added for the highlights. Yeah, now I'm adding some more blue paint to the ocean, which I've now decided is an ocean or the Mediterranean Sea. So I'm working on my umbrella stand here, which I will later activate with the gel medium. So I'm going to add a few more details here and then get back to you with our final artworks. So here I am at the 1 hour mark, and I'm going to do a little critique on my artwork today. There's parts of it I really like and parts of it I think could be developed further, and I think I'll use this as a rough draft. The tablecloth got a little busy. The vessels on the tablecloth, the cups and saucers and whatever else I put on there, I think I could do those better. That was a last-minute rush job, but it gave me the idea. Also, the umbrella is too close in value to the water behind it, so it really fades out. I think I'll make the umbrella a lighter, brighter color. And yeah, on the corner, the right-hand corner of the umbrella, I wrote Zara, but I'd like to look up some Greek lettering because I think it's very beautiful, and write Zara in Greek on that part of the umbrella. But all in all, I do like some parts of this. I think the background is interesting, and yeah, I'll just develop this one further, but for 1 hour it gave me a good idea, and yeah, I like the background blue, but I'm going to add more color to that and yeah, see how it works out. Now on to Katherine's piece. I really love her mixed media abstract here. It's got a bit of an urban street vibe to it, I think, with the topography and all, and also a good story to go with it. Zara, a conga drummer, had dreamed of visiting Cuba for years, and finally she made the trip. Fortunately, this was before U.S. sanctions tightened to the point of strangling the Cuban economy and tourism along with it. After a full day of street music, lobster meals, and lessons in both conga drumming and salsa dancing, she pushed herself to do one more thing: visit a luxury hotel for a view of Havana from its rooftop. It took some courage. Zara had a fear of heights, but she went up. She found a hammock under an umbrella in a quiet corner and listened to the conversations of its wealthy patrons while trying to blend into the scenery. The cold opulence of the place was a stark contrast to what she had experienced in Havana earlier that day. Well, I hope you enjoyed our art explorations today. If you did, a like and subscribe means the world and helps more people find this channel. So, see you in the next episode.